Virginia's 4th and 5th year players will be honored on Saturday before they take the field for their final home contest at Scott Stadium. The game against Miami will also serve as the annual Military Appreciation Day game, as Virginia Athletics honors those who have served or are currently serving in the armed forces. There were also students at UVA who are preparing themselves for military duty, including 3 who have ties to Virginia football. Strength and conditioning graduate assistant Nate Potachnik, junior defensive lineman Alex Shiflett, and senior equipment manager Javon Haas. While they are each at a different stage of their military career, there is a constant. They are proud to serve our country.
I decided to go to the United States Military Academy out of high school. I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army and went to the Army's flight school and spent 8 more years out in the field serving, at which point I decided I was at that 10-year point in my career, which is halfway to retirement, and I was kind of deciding what to do next with my life, and I decided to go pursue another degree and try to get into the strength and conditioning field. And I was lucky enough to get into the school and to intern here with the football performance staff. I'm pursuing a passion, right now in my life, not in spite of the military, but because of it, because it really did make me feel that I could be all that I could be, just based off of the lessons that you learn and the shaping that you get as a individual through different leadership situations or missions that you experience. So I would obviously strongly support anyone who was interested in getting into the military, and I know there are a couple of guys on the team involved with the team who are choosing to go that route, and I think it's great because it's the best team on earth in my opinion.
Well, out of high school, I went to Nelson County High School, roughly half an hour from here, so I wanted to go to West Point out of high school initially, but UVA was always my dream school, and so I didn't know that you could be in ROTC without having a scholarship or a contract, so I found that out my first year here that you didn't have to have a contract. You could go in and earn one after a year. So second year I joined, and now I'm a third year in the ROTC program. I've had a lot of family members do it. My dad, my 2 granddads were both in the military. So I've always kind of had the inclination to serve and be in the military. I always kind of figured I just would be in the Army. I haven't made too many sacrifices yet in my life, but I know that a lot of our veterans have made so many sacrifices that you can never really repay back.
I have never really had the normal college life. I feel like there's something more to just getting your degree and then going off to sit at a desk somewhere as an engineer. So I volunteer with the fire department too, and I've always looked into something that feels like you're serving others, and what better way to do that than through the military. And then above that, the Marine Corps is by far one of the most prestigious branches, and it'd just be an honor to serve there. I applied for a program called PLC through the Marine Corps. It's the platoon leaders class. It's where people still growing through their undergrad degree in college go and contact a recruiter, and then from there we go through a long application process. And then if we're selected by the boards, then we get to go to the officer side of basic training, which is called OCS, or Officer Candidate School in Quantico. And it's a 10-week course through pretty much the length of the summer. And it's basically just like the enlisted training, but more on the sides of they're testing your leadership and they're testing more your physical abilities. Everything that the past military and the military now is doing is just laying down the groundwork for what my future will be in the Marines. And I just have great respect for all veterans and everything that they've done for us, and especially out in the Pacific Theater during World War II. Just hearing the stories of what they had to go through is nothing to what we have to go through today. And it's just, any way that we can honor them, we should.
To all those who have served or aspire to serve, Virginia Athletics is grateful for your commitment to the United States of America.